Out with Rico and Carla is about to go live online. Catch select moments of All Out hit music, All Out celebrity interviews, All Out showbiz and sports news, All Out fun. Mid-mornings on The Monster. Streaming video on the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, or twitch.tv/Monster RX931. Your All Out hosts, Rico Robles and Carla Aguas. Stand by and enjoy the program.
What's up?
Why am I nervous? I'm so excited. Actually, I'm more excited than I am nervous.
Countdown went down. No, when it started counting, you're like, oh, you could feel your heart.
I know, and all the comments. So hello to everybody who's watching right now over on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We see your comments. We know you're excited. To everybody listening on air, welcome to the show. You got Rico, you got Carla. It's a very exciting day today because we got somebody very special. Very, very special little monster. So Rico?
You know, Carla, August 31st, it is the anniversary month of the Monster. And also August is the anniversary of All Out. This is our 5th year being together. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we like to close out the anniversary month with a bang. So we're bringing her back, ladies and gentlemen. She is joining us, the one and only, Pambansang Pampainit, Karen Bordador.
Monster RX93.1. What's up, everyone? Oh gosh, I'm getting jitters just saying that. It's been so long. Galing. Hi, everyone. Hello.
Karen, I cannot even begin to express just how genuinely happy we are to see you. Like, honestly, girl, I just wish we could virtually just reach into the screen and hug each other. But pandemic vibes. But before we get into everything, because I know everyone wants to know all the nitty gritty, girl, how are you? Because you glowing.
Thank you. It feels good to be out here with everyone finally, like being locked up in a cave. Like, I'm not connected at all. I don't even know what StreamYard is. Like, you guys are doing all these live stuff. I'm still trying to catch up. Like, all these QR codes, just ko Lord, like, it took me a while to get it. It took me such a long time. Kaya sabi ko talaga, when I get out, it will be a quiet one because I know I will have to catch up on so many things. I didn't know na like this. What is that? You know what I mean? Like, their hearts are floating. I don't get it. I know. I get it. It's just that everything's just new. Like, you guys doing that radio show, well, online show, whatever. Plus, you guys have that like premiere type vibes. I was like, whoa, I'm blown away. There's just so much new stuff. So I'm still learning. Sobra. Like, this overwhelming, I swear. But so happy to be with you. Yay. I'm just so happy.
So, the question is, kumain ka na ba? Because you're always hungry.
Speaking of kumain, I actually have food right here. Like, prepared kasi nearly lunchtime na. So yeah, I'm gonna eat with you guys. And for all the listeners, hi everyone.
It's perfect. So again, Monsters, in case you missed it, if you're listening live on air, we've got Karen Bordador at RX93. And if you've got any messages, any questions for her, let's get things started. Karen, my first question. When exactly did you get out? Because we saw the posts and everything, but when was the day where you finally found out this is it? I'm headed out of here. What day was that? And how was the feeling? Like, what was going through your head when you finally stepped outside?
So the time I was acquitted, it was on the 14th of June. So that's the verdict day. Like, I was thinking na parang, okay, I'm so sure I'm gonna get acquitted. Like, you just know naman eh. But at the same time, it's still scary when the verdict is gonna be announced, right? So it was on the 14th of June around 3 p.m. on OMG. Like, I wanted it to be a secret. Rico agad-agad texted my mom, and I'm like, how does he know the hearing is not even done yet? Like, he is super Rico chismoso talaga. Of all the people, siya pa talaga nakaalam, diba? So sobrang sinisikreto ko na nga eh. And then my release order wasn't like, given to us immediately. So it was the next day.
Mhm.
But that time, I was still okay. Baka today is the day, today is the day. But hindi. Sabi nila, sorry, hindi nakarating yung paper mo. So I had one more night there. But it's good na rin kasi I got to like bond with the girls. I gave everyone food. And
Mhm.
then it's so funny because everyone expected me to be, to go home na that same day. Eh hindi.
Mhm.
Kinuha na nila lahat ng stuff ko. Like my pillows, my clothes. Wala talagang
Mhm.
natira sa akin. Natulog ako without pillows. I
Mhm.
didn't even have underwear or anything. Like they literally took
Okay.
everything. No, I meant like, yung dun sa lalagyan ko ng sobrang liit. Kasi
Uh-huh.
that's how it is in jail. Eh. Once they know you're going home, they really
Mhm.
like, oh, can I have this? Can I have that? And it's like, it's a normal tradition na you give it all. It's like a
Mhm.
Mm.
remembrance for them. So
Mhm.
that night, I had nothing, absolutely nothing.
Well,
But I was happy. I was so happy.
since you mentioned, life in jail, right? So,
Yeah.
we all know it's not an easy place. Now, for you, how was your first night like when
Yeah.
you were there? Can you walk us through it? When the court stuff is like, okay, you were putting you. So how did it go? You went in a car, and then what happened?
Um, well, how about I'll just share the one in the city jail because in the
Mhm.
first jail, it's different. It was like literally a small cage, parang ganon. Like unlike sa city jail na lang kasi much
Mhm.
Okay.
colorful yan eh, city jail.
Uh,
Okay, after
okay.
3 months of being detained, I was moved there kasi you only get detained if the case pushes through.
Mhm.
So I really didn't think I'd get there. So I
Mhm.
was given a choice to go to either Bikutan or Pasig City Jail. Per
Mhm.
Bikutan, I'll be looked at as a high-profile person with my own room, etc. But my gosh, nakakatakot naman yung mga kasama. No, 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 no. I want to be like normal lang. I want to go through the normal prison life. I want to experience it with girls, and I want
Mhm.
to know, what a normal prisoner would go through. So
Yeah.
there, I went to Pasig City Jail, and then once I entered, grab, it looked like a fortress. Like it looked like, those Game of Thrones, and then you like
Mhm.
enter this thing, and then everything's just so high with lots of like uh ba- basta wires and all that, and there were like
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
layers of like security, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, this is real, this is so real na talaga. And then I entered the entrance of the female dorm, kasi yung
Mhm.
sa city jail na yon, parang male dorm muna, and then you enter pa. Then there's a
Mhm.
small area for female dorm. And
Mm.
then
Mhm.
Okay.
I went through the normal procedure of like taking different tests, like changing my clothes. Kasi from orange, then you change to yellow. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, yellow for like so many years. And then yellow. And
Mhm.
then and then this was the most interesting part I will never ever forget.
Mhm.
The parang head mayora that time told me, she looked at me and then she said, "Welcome to the animal planet."
Oh my gosh! What a first line, girl!
I'm like, okay. But
Oh.
kasi she speaks English then.
Mhm.
Kaya
Mm.
parang we super got along, ganon. Pero the way she, welcomed me, I was like, whoa. But I knew. I was like, okay, I can deal. Plus, nung pumasok ako, I saw a girl, parang she was doing mani-pedi. It's like, they do little things like that to earn. So I'm like, okay, so you can kind of fix up here. So
Mhm.
I was like, that's nice. So that was my first day, my
Mhm.
welcoming day. And sobrang
Mhm.
gulo nung araw na yon kasi parang may palitan sila ng mga
Mhm.
cells kasi there was
Casel,
an
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
issue.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and
Uh,
that's really when you move to a cell to another cell and you're already situated in one area, it's very
mhm.
stressful. Eh, ang nangyari that day, nag-shuffle. Like parang everyone just they were reshuffled, and that's way stressful for a jail kasi nga may issue that day. So pagdating ko, people were like in a different zone. And I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, what's
Mm-hmm.
happening? What's happening? And then I was placed in the third deck. So
Mhm.
there are like layers. Doon ako sa
Mm-hmm.
pinakataas. Like the ceiling is like if you sit up, there it's like really ang lapit lang talaga. Tapos yung ilaw, alam mo yung, you know how the lights are, like when you're there in the studio, it's so far, right? Me, it's like so near. I can
Uh-huh.
like, sunbathe here. Umitim
Oh
talaga
my.
ako. Diyos ko, Lord.
Yeah.
So I was so high up and I'm afraid of heights. Yet I was like, okay, that's the only spot. I'm not gonna be choosy. I mean,
Mhm.
so you go through a ladder, ding, 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 ding. And the thing
The
is,
sound effects pa, no?
it's like wood.
Mhm.
Yung wood na, alam mong pwede mahulog or yung ano na, yung nasisira na wood, diba? So
Yes,
parang
warped and worn out.
yeah. And then there were like mga screws na alam mo nang nakaganon. So you really have to be super careful. And I'm like, oh, look, my bed. It's like as big as a yoga mat. Even a little smaller kasi sobrang populated that time. And then I looked at my katabi and I'm like, hi, I'm Karen. Let's be friends. Ayun.
Karen, I was actually going to ask you
Friendship.
because, you said you wanted to experience what it was like for a normal
Yeah.
prisoner, right? So, first of all,
Yeah.
good on you on picking that. What is it like? Like in your cell, how many are you? And are they your cellmates for your entire stay? Or every shuffle, you change cellmates? How does it work? Like, how many were you in a cell?
So the population, because me, me, I like studying things. I learned
Yeah.
I learned that it's supposed to be only around 35 people. Like that's how much people can like accommodate. If it's like super like how it's supposed to be, but it's not. It's not how it always is. So sa loob, we plummeted to mga 80 plus to 90. I mean,
Wow.
to the point na
Whoa.
ang wild, to the point na yung magkakatabi talaga, as in, hindi na talaga sila nakakaikot. I mean, yung katabi ko, every time, like, her arm goes back to my face, and I'm like, okay, she's just waking me up, okay, put it back to her body. It's so normal already, na ganun ka-close. So, we plummeted up to 80 plus. I think, nag-88 pa nga. So, ang wild talaga. So, imagine, CR, imagine the food. Like, everyone has to share. Space. There was not much space. And that was in the old jail kasi I got moved to like another jail. But in terms of like staying in one cell, once you enter a cell, you want to stay there already because you're already accustomed to the people. You made friends na, you're comfortable na, and every cell has a different kind of culture. So you want to stay in this cell. Pero if you did something bad,
You get transferred.
yeah, you can get kicked out by the mayora. Kaya you have to make friends. So when that happens, stress talaga yun para sa'yo. You really have to pray so hard, Lord, please, sana pagbigyan nila ako ganyan. Kasi ang hirap talaga malipat sa ibang selda.
So, were you ever moved?
No, of course not. No.
So,
I drink sunshine. No.
I mean, I could imagine your violation will be eating somebody's food. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
Of course
Yeah.
not.
Okay.
I share. I don't eat people's food.
And what kind of food? Speaking of food, what kind of food were you eating?
Okay, so the food there, sadly, it's not quite healthy. They're like junk food. Okay, so but what they serve na lang. Okay, they serve. So food there, it's called rancho. Like rancho
Rancho.
time. Yeah, rancho time. And I'm like, what's that? And I'm biglang, okay. So it's served in plastic containers. Like you have the plastic container for the entire duration of your stay. So everything is see-through. Tapos yung spoon and fork mo, plastic din. So kahit kunyari yung ulam mo matigas, ay Diyos ko Lord, ngipin na lang gamitin mo, diba? So our servings is super little. Like upo, paulit-ulit, miswa. Like just that's that, miswa, like lunch. And then it's lunch in another few days. Or like munggo, paulit-ulit. Like it's an everyday thing. And you're just gonna like, you're going to pretend like it's different, but it's the same thing. And it's super konti talaga the serving. So if you're the type that needs to eat more, you have to buy. But even purchasing food, it costs money. And they're junk food. It's not, there's no healthy food there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, walang fresh food. Like
Tindera hits,
parang,
parang ganon.
yeah.
Karinta. Sari
Yeah.
sari store, sari
Yeah,
sari
yeah, yeah,
store
yeah, yeah.
hit.
I mean,
Yeah.
it will get you by. Pero syempre for
Mm.
me, who likes healthy food, like my mom, she loves like yung mga organic food. Wala ganun doon. Wala
Mm.
talaga. So you try to like enjoy what you have there. Ayun. There.
Karen, my gosh. Okay, so we've got the food down. Since you were talking pa
Mm.
ulit-ulit, let's
Mm.
talk a normal like jail routine. Like
Mm.
walk us through a day in jail. Like what time do you guys wake up? What do you get through throughout the day? Are there activities? Do the guards make you do stuff? Like walk us through a typical day in jail.
Okay, so you know how I think people think that when you're in jail, you're like tambay.
Mhm.
You don't do anything.
Yeah.
You know, they probably think, oh, she's rotting in jail. That's so not true. It is so absolutely untrue. Like
Mhm.
that's the place where you really do your best to become someone who's way better than who you were before. We
Mhm.
have
Mm-hmm.
like this TCMP, therapeutic community modality program, and we have a meeting every single day of
Mhm.
parang we talk about values, we talk about like our mission, why we're there, and then parang mission, no? Parang we volunteer to
Mhm.
enter. But anyway, so we talk about in those meetings, what happened yesterday that was wrong. Like, kunyari, this person did certain things. Like, pumasok siya
Mhm.
sa CR sa oras ng ibang tao and it's not proper. So we try to correct it the next day through that
Mhm.
meeting. So that's every 7 a.m. And then, okay, so that's an everyday thing, that
Mhm.
meeting. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
more than an hour yon of them trying to lecture you, trying to mold you, trying to wake you up from the reality na, oh my gosh, magbago ka na.
Mhm.
And then,
Mm.
per wake up call is 6 a.m. So every time, like we have prayers. We have like 6 a.m. We have, ano bang prayer? Angelus, there you go.
Mhm.
Angelus. And then we have head count at 7. Then we go
Mhm.
straight to that meeting. And then in between that till 12, we have like service providers. Like kunyari mga Catholic ministry comes in, or maybe alternative learning. So there are different activities till 12 p.m. 12 p.m.,
Mhm.
another prayer, and then, as in prayer, everyone's gonna sit up, and then we're all gonna, shoo, 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 lahat.
Mhm.
As in required. Okay?
Mhm.
Kaya kahit tulog ka, dapat gumisa.
Mhm.
And then lunch, and then we have more activities like inside. They really push you to be talented. Like if you don't
Mhm.
sing, you're gonna sing. If you don't dance, oh, you're gonna dance. And then you're gonna
Mhm.
end up realizing, oh my gosh, I'm talented pala, I'm gonna perform.
Mhm.
So uh and it goes all the entire day. And then by nighttime, mga 7 o'clock, you're in the cell na, and
Mhm.
then you're gonna get ready for sleeping. Everyone's watching teleseries, etc. And then 11 o'clock, everyone has to sleep. Like nobody can be awake.
Parang lights
That's it.
out,
Mm.
gano'n.
All lights out. Like
Mhm.
kapag gising ka, ilalogbook ka. Gising siya. So blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
So you're probably gonna be talked about in the next meeting. So that's how it
Oh,
works.
Wow.
Yeah.
so
Okay.
it's like really a routine. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
and with it, with all the self discovery and seminars, and they did say na magbago ka na, all that stuff, deep within you, so ano sa tingin mo that you had to change, I mean, in the
Yeah.
circumstance that you're in?
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm nice naman. I'm kind naman. I'm generous naman. But ganon?
Mm.
Like that. But I think also God really wanted me to see what was happening inside.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of like changing habits, there were habits that I changed. Yeah. Most definitely prioritizing certain things, letting go of the non-necessities,
Mm.
Mm.
and sticking to schedules, like strictly sticking to time
Mm.
management.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi strict talaga dun eh. So parang military, talagang tatakbo ka kapag tinawag ka. Like you won't even tell them, make them wait. You're really gonna go fast. So I learned how to be alert, how to also, be open to every single kind of personality, even if they seem so irrational. You're
Mm.
really
Mm-hmm.
gonna you're gonna start understanding people. So there, I stopped caring who they are. Basta, I just let them in. So ngayon,
Mhm.
I'm not the type who's gonna be choosy who I, talk
Mhm.
to. What everyone's the same to me. We're all
Mhm.
equal. So there, I learned a lot inside jail.
That's
Now,
fantastic, Karen. My gosh.
here's
That's
an
really
interesting
great.
question. Nung in-announce daw, this is coming from Ves Zeppel. When they
Yeah.
announced the new virus and the lockdown and, happening outside world, how did you guys adjust in there?
Yeah. What was it like in prison?
I had ideas in my mind. Like, how these shows are. They
Mhm.
wake up in a hospital. They're the only ones alive. Or the only
Yeah.
person. And then, lumabas siya. Wala na pala nagbabantay. Paglabas yun, shoots, what happened to the world? So we're like, OMG. We're locked in. We're safe. Everyone's like, being zombified outside. What if tayo na lang yung matitira sa mundo?
Resident Evil.
Yeah, mga ganon. Pero when they said nga, actually, my mom is super duper like in tune with everything that's happening. She updates me. Like she tells me
Mhm.
every single thing I don't see in the news. And she predicted, you're probably gonna get locked down at this month, etc. And I'm like, I wasn't really taking it seriously. A virus,
Mm-hmm.
really? I mean, we only see that in movies, diba?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So, when they said lockdown March, that would mean walang dalaw,
Mhm.
walang paabot, no nothing, no connection to the outside world. And I'm like, yeah, that's like, mabilis lang. Oh, no, no, no. It lasted for
Mhm.
like until now.
Mhm.
So the
Yeah.
only, and plus, the hearings, walang hearings. So ang dami namin parang, oh, Diyos ko, Lord, tatagal na naman kami. Ganon.
Mhm.
Ganon yung feels.
Mm.
So it was really hard when we found out that there's the lockdown.
So
So
that's why it
yun.
took
Yeah.
5 years, no? It took 5 years because parang walang hearing, everything was frozen because of course of ECQ, MECQ. Kaya na-delay na-delay. Am I right?
Not only that, like there are a lot of kunyari sasabihin ng other side, oh, not prepared. Mga
Mhm.
ganun. Like seriously,
Yeah.
you had all the time. You're gonna say not prepared or like hindi dumating si ganyan. Really? Like you
Mhm.
guys were already told so there was so much delays. Like I've been prepared from the very beginning. Kung pwede nga lang sabihin ko na yung ako sapin ko na yung judge me. Alam mo yun? Wala
Mhm.
eh. You
Yeah.
have to go through a process and you only
Mhm.
get to speak by the time you sit on the stand. As much as I would want to be there to say already my side, like we
Mhm.
have CCTV, we have everything. Wala. You really have to wait it out. So patience was key.
Mhm.
Ayan, I had to wait it out.
Shucks.
Trust the
Karen, you
process.
said earlier, and I just want to go back to something because a lot of people are very curious about what it's
Mhm.
like inside.
Yeah,
When you said that people watch teleseries and stuff like that, are you
yeah.
guys allowed gadgets? Do you have like
Mhm.
electronics time? Do you have cell phones? Like, what is it like in terms of gadgets, teleseries, entertainment? What is the entertainment like inside jail?
Okay, so I come from an entertainment background. So
Mm-hmm.
when I enter a place, that's absolutely zero entertainment. Me, I know I can get charming. Okay, so I'm like,
Mhm.
mama, please, ganyan, ganyan. So I would really
Mhm.
ask officers na, guys, sige na, parang hindi maburyong yung mga tao. Pwede bang maganto ganyan? So,
Mhm.
I request. We have no gadgets there, FYI. Like,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
now, when I got out, I touched the phone. Nanginginig pa ako, I swear. Because, like, this is not allowed. So, for
Mhm.
5 years, not allowed to hold a cell phone, to tap, whatever. No gadget allowed. So no, I didn't know all the updates. I heard Netflix was super cool,
Mhm.
but it's only it's only what I heard. And oh my gosh, they tell me you don't even download torrents anymore. There's no such thing. I was like, oh,
Mhm.
a world with no torrents, with no downloads. Wow. But we had flat screen TVs provided by the
Mhm.
government. Thank you, Lord. So buti naman
Mhm.
they had that. And then my mom donated a TV when we entered kasi it was still the old school na box type TV. So
Mhm.
nagdala
Uh-huh.
ng malit lang naman na
Mhm.
flat screen. Nung pinasok yun, everyone's like, oh, kasi
Mhm.
we have a TV that's actually flat screen.
Oh.
Yeah, talagang oh moment. And then we brought in this yung box, the TV box, like a
Mhm.
cable. So then more
Yeah.
people were like, "Yay!" You know what I mean? So I tried as much as possible to contribute to the entertainment, side of it all.
Inside.
Or
Okay.
yeah, like I really, I
Ah.
even would ask Judy, "Sige na, please, can we air this movie? Like, can we try to ganyan?" Or like when my
Mhm.
sister tells me, "Uy, may gandang series," so I'll be like, "Sige na, please, ganyan." Pero I try my best na yung movies na yun swak sa gusto nila kasi they're
Mhm.
choosy. They won't choose like kunyari yung mga sad movie. They want zombie movies. They want
Mhm.
action films. Yung talagang boom, boom, boom. So I really
Mhm.
have to pick. So yeah, I did my best to entertain people through
Mhm.
requests, ganyan. And then we had events also.
So
Did
sa
you
event,
host?
yeah, did you host it?
Did you host
Co-host?
them?
OMG, yes, I hosted. In the first few years, they made me host. And I
Mhm.
was like, oh, cool. Everyone's tahimik. Yung pala, baka hindi ata ako naiintindihan kasi nag-i-English ako.
Oh.
So paano ka
So,
nag-host? Can you give us a sample of how
no,
you would host?
wag
Yeah.
na. Wag na, wag na. It's all okray. Kasi I learned
Mhm.
there. Kailangan
Oo.
talaga you speak the way they speak. Kasi they're like, Ate Kara,
Sample.
mala Englishera, blah,
Sample.
blah, blah. And then, so, I started like, sobrang Tagalog na talaga ako. Like, learning all these words I've never, but when I say it, they're all like, woohoo! I'm like, okay, this is
Mhm.
effective. I think I really need to, go with the flow with them. But after a while, I stopped hosting kasi I was thinking na I want the other girls to do it. So I taught
Mhm.
them.
Mhm.
And then I even made them scripts inside.
Wow,
So
Oh
okay.
yeah,
my
I did.
gosh.
Mhm.
Okay, direct floor
Oh,
director.
I did.
Mhm.
I became a floor director. Like I helped out in creating concepts. Like I was involved kasi parang the warden din saw na parang I was game to
Mhm.
contribute.
Mhm.
So say, Karen, this is Women's Month. Ikaw na bahala. Okay. So, ayun, just, whatever I learned outside, although I'm not an events organizer,
Mhm.
you can actually apply it wherever you are. So, yun, I
Di-
tried my best.
what we see in movies, Karen, is that when you go to jail, may mga alias, di ba? May mga alias ka na parang alias Kalbo, alias Bigote. What did they call you? What was your prison name, your street name?
Prison name talaga. Diyos ko, Lord, people respected me there, you crazy. Like, they had the weirdest names there, I
Mhm.
swear. Yung mga names nila na wala namang connect sa pangalan nila.
Mhm.
But me, they just called me Miss Karen or
Mhm.
Karen. Or like I would tell them, don't call me Miss Nat, just Karen na lang. Or Bordy.
Mhm.
Yun. So there, nothing like super wild. I
Mhm.
don't have that personality there. I'm actually super nice. I don't look like I'm gonna like knock people down or
Mhm.
anything. I'm the opposite. So no alias. Okay.
Okay, no alias, but some people are also asking in the comments, are there gangs or let's call them na lang barkadas? Are there barkadas in jail na either they're rivals or you can't step on this side of the floor kasi that's their area. They make trades with snacks or whatever. Are there quote unquote prison gangs in jail?
Ooh. In
Juicy.
in the male dorm, yes. I mean, they're the type who's super duper like click-ish. Yung
Mm-hmm.
tipong don't mess with me. If you get to my turf, you're in trouble. So that's in the
Mhm.
male dorm. But in the female dorm, or maybe Pasig City Jail is just a really good dorm. There's no such gangs, like
Mhm.
nothing like that. Everyone's friends with each other. Just make sure
Mm.
you don't make relasyon, like with the
Mhm.
girlfriend of that girlfriend. Basta wala lang ganon. Then we're everyone's cool. So there's no gangs in the female dorm.
So wala naman nagmamind sa'yo nung pagpasok mo. Mine.
That was gonna be my
Mine.
next question. I was gonna be like, since we're the topic of, basta you don't flirt with the girlfriend, I'm gonna go,
Uh,
Karen, how many people hit on you?
like, babe, got you.
Heartthrob to eh.
It's so funny because they're homeboys. Yung mga tomboys doon. And then they'd
Okay.
always sing, chicks sa tabi, she's so sexy. Gaganon sila when I walk by. Yung mga ganon. Or like yung mga songs na parang, oy, chick, ganyan. Pero I play around lang with them. Naku, alam nilang hindi talaga ako oo. So,
Mm.
ayun. No, they make pa cute, but then I don't entertain. Like I'm
Mhm.
just a friend, just a friend.
Oh,
That's
wow.
it.
Friend
No,
zone
no.
lahat.
Oh,
As
friends,
in.
that's sila. Yun lang. So nothing, nothing.
For
No,
those
no.
that are tuning in, we have Karen Bordador. She's joining us. Of course, she's walking us through life, behind bars. So we are learning. And now with it, you found out, Karen, that you're about to get out. You got it. You're prepared. You're excited to go out. Who was the first person that you got to talk to about it?
Mm. Well, my mom, because she's the only one who really, me and her were the only ones who knew what was happening. Uh, you know,
Mhm.
Mhm.
So just her, that's it. Nobody else knew, not even the people at home. Like yung even magsusundo sa akin, dun lang yan nalaman sa araw na yon.
Mhm.
I made it as quiet as possible. Because normally, every year, it's gonna be like, oh, uwi na ako. Announce mo sa buong mundo. And then it
Mhm.
doesn't happen. So it gets really like, oh, she said it again. But she is, she's still there. So I'm like, this time around, I'm gonna make it super quiet. And I'm just gonna surprise people. So that's what I did. Plus,
Wow.
I needed time to adjust to the world.
Mhm.
I knew that it's gonna be a different. I didn't really know how much of a difference, but I knew it.
Mhm.
I needed to be quiet because if I start looking at my phone, I start like getting back into track. I know I won't get to do my priorities. So it was a
Mhm.
quiet exit and focus
Mhm.
talaga on what's important to ensure na I'm gonna have a right beginning, the proper beginning. So
By the way,
Girl, I am
yeah.
for that. Now, since we're talking, syempre Rico went straight na to out of jail. But if we were to go back to the 5 years, halos
Mhm.
5 years that you were in there, that's 5 birthdays, 5 Christmases, 5 New Years. I mean, how did you celebrate your birthday in jail? Were you allowed to? How do you guys celebrate Christmas in jail? And how do you guys celebrate New Year in jail? Like, walk us through that. Like, your first birthday
Mhm.
in jail. How was that?
first birthday, well, my mom was the center of my jail life. Eh. She always contributes a lot. So we gave mga bilao of pancit.
Mhm.
People love that. In
Mm.
all the cells, like different cells, like I think mga two each. So parang, a celebration there means celebrating with everyone. Just because it's your birthday doesn't mean ikaw lang yung magsa-celebrate. Kahit hindi mo sila super friends,
Mhm.
kasama
Mm-hmm.
sila sa celebration mo. So, you share. You share with
Okay.
everyone. But then you know, me kasi outside, Enrico knows that. Like, I don't like big parties. I don't want to announce to people that it's my birthday.
Mhm.
But then inside jail, they know. I mean, they place your birthdays on the walls.
May
I mean,
calendar.
oh, may calendar talagang lalapit sila. Uy, malapit na birthday mo. Ooh, parang in other words, magpakain ka.
Mhm.
So talaga hindi ka makakahindi, alam mo yon, kasama silang lahat sa birthday mo. So, aside from the birthdays, like Christmases, all right, the Christmas, everyone's like, pag Burr months na, lapit na naman Christmas, ganyan.
Mhm.
And then, may iba, ay, hindi na ako magka-Christmas, nasa bahay na ako noon, ganun. Biglang nandun pa rin, diba?
Mhm.
So, on the night of, prior to Christmas, we have, uh, we organize an event for that day. So every
Mhm.
cell will have parties. And then we request, and I request for like karaoke, I request for like, you have to give like a letter to the warden. What are your activities? What are you gonna bring in? It's so like, alam mo yun, parang seriously, mga normal na gamit, pahirapan ipasok. Pero ganun talaga,
Mm.
we're in jail, diba? So, tas you're gonna schedule everything. Like, every pasok, kinakabahan ka because you don't know. Baka hindi payagan. Eh, all you
Mhm.
want is to make people happy. Na on that one day, na hindi mo makakasama family mo, at least ramdam mo sa loob na you're celebrating. Kasi everyone inside, you call them family. Like, good
Mhm.
morning family, good evening family, you know. So even if they're not your family, you call them family.
Mhm.
So on Christmas, we do the event. Hopefully, it becomes successful. May luto, ganyan. may presentations, may singing, may dancing, may games, may palaro, may mga money na tinatapon, ganyan. So, it's
Mhm.
like, alam mo yung mga parties sa barangay, feeling ko, I've never been to a party na barangay, but I have a feeling that's exactly the same. So,
Aw.
and it's the same with Christmas and New Year. That's what happens. Either you contribute to that, kunyari pondo, kung wala kayong pondo sa Zelda, o di people, donate food or in kind, food or cash. But like if you have pondo, like myself, because I made sure that we had lots of funds. I would like, okay, we're gonna spend it on Christmas and New Year. We're gonna have so much food. You guys are gonna be so full for the first time in this year. So, palaging huge celebration yung mga events din. Pero syempre, after New Year, after Christmas, you're like, another year. Oh, sana ituloy na. Ganun.
Well,
Grabe,
Karen, there's an
Karen.
interesting question here. It says here, what
Okay.
was the lowest point? This is coming from Dan Sarcida. What was your lowest point being in jail, kung meron man, and how did you deal with it?
Good question.
When we did motion for bail, in my heart, I was so sure to get it. But it took a while, like mga 2 years plus. Tagal, sobrang tagal. And then, itong funny, I was like telling people, okay, bye guys, ito na. Kasi same hearing na announce na yung kung granted yung bail ko. I was like telling people, okay, it was nice to be with you, blah, 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 bye, ganyan. Maghihiring na ako mamaya, uwi na ako pagkatapos noon. And then biglang pag-uwi ko, just ko, Lord, like, denied. And I'm like, seriously? So, when that happened, siguro 1 week ako sobrang sad. And then, I was the mayora there then, that time. And I had the remote. I kept playing, Yeng Constantino's song na Hawak Kamay.
Oh.
And then we all held each other's hands, like everyone. And then they sang with me. Like every single day, I would play that song. And then, ganyan lang ako. Tapos parang singing that song over and over again. So that was really the lowest point. Like, and then all the other rejections na parang na-deny ko, ganyan, parang nahirapan to get out. I was like, oh, okay, I got through that one. I'll just have to be stronger for the next few tries again. So there, that was the first point na parang, I'm so tired of this place. Parang ganun.
Gosh,
Yeah.
Karen. Whoa, wait. Can we take a moment? Okay, to all the monsters watching us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, hello. We are also live on air. So if you're just tuning in, we've got the one, the only Karen Bordador, Teacher K, back on the airwaves, hanging out with us. We're talking prison life, transformation, reflection, just everything. So if you have any questions, hit us up at RX931, hashtag Karen Bordador goes all out. Karen, it's just so incredible how you've processed everything so far because it's still so fresh. You've only been out for a couple of weeks. So, I mean, it's really something that, you've been reflecting on and trying to process now that you're back in the quote unquote real world, right? As they say. But I want to go back to what you said just now. You were Mayora. So, from a fresh new inmate, you actually were promoted to quote unquote Mayora. How does that happen? Like, not that I'm asking for advice, okay, people, but I mean, like, how does that
Mayora
work?
tips.
From a new inmate, how did you become Mayora? Is there like a selection process? Is there a pageant? Are you crowned? Like, how does that work? How do you become a Mayora?
Well, it took a year. Okay, I didn't just get the job. It took a year before I got it. So the then Mayora, the one that welcomed me to the animal kingdom, animal planet, whatever, she was going home that day. She was going home already. So they had to do a vote of who the next Mayora should be. But mind you, what they call the Mayora now is coordinator. Para mas social, diba? It's more like, in with the times. So, so they voted. Pero may mga bumubulong na sa akin, bago siya umalis, sabi ko, Ate Karen, ikaw yung boboto ko. I'm like, guys, wag na. Dahil sakit sa ulo lang talaga yun. But then they kept saying they were really gonna vote for me because I was really nice inside. Like I was, you know, I wasn't like a stuck up or whatever. And also my mom kept contributing. So I think they like that. So then it came to the voting time. And then I got 90% of the votes. And I'm like, oh gosh,
Wow.
I'm dead. I'm so dead. I'm gonna be mayor. I'm so dead.
But
So,
what are the responsibilities of a
yeah.
mayora, of a coordinator? What does
There
the
you go.
job entail? Kasi you said, di ba, it's stressful, you don't want it. So what exactly is a coordinator in jail?
You take care of everything that happens to your cell. Like the rules, you have to make sure everyone's following. You control your people. Like if one gets to violate something and they get in trouble, you're the one who's super in trouble to the jail officers, and that's stressful. And
Oh,
like kunyari, they have
wow.
something, basta they did something small. Like there's one time, okay, there's one time someone violated, all right, and siguro sobrang dami na kasing violations ng tao na yon. Pinasabit
Mm-mm.
siya. Pinasabit siya,
Mm.
nagsabit siya sa rehas. Sabi sa akin, Karen, kasi alam nilang sobrang ayoko ng ganun, ayoko napaparusahan yung mga tao. Karen, kung gusto mo mag-shorten yung time niya, sumabit ka. And I'm like, seriously? Oh, and I'm like, she's gonna be there for the entire day. Sabi ko, how long? Sabi niya, 30 minutes. And I'm like, okay, 30 minutes of my time as opposed to her the whole day without food. So I did it. I freaking did it. Sumabit ako ng 30 freaking minutes para lang sa kanya.
No, ano yun,
Wow.
parang stand, face the wall, ganun
No,
siya. Parang, when you're a
yeah,
kid,
they
face the
do.
wall.
No, but the sabit part, it's like you're on the bars. Like you're nakaganon ka, tas your feet is like elevated.
Dangling.
You know what I
Oh, okay.
mean? So, kulungan na kulungan style talaga. Like, I'm
Wow.
like, hi, Lord, picture me in this moment. I can't believe this just happened. But if that would mean a person will not suffer that long and I'm just gonna do it 30 minutes, fine. Fine. I can give my 30 minutes for that. So after that, it changed naman the person. Like, nakita na din naman niya, like upon, doing bad things can also affect your environment. You can also affect your leader, your people. Mawawalan ka ng benefits, mawawalan ng benefits yung buong selda mo. So, aayos din siya. Pero I wanted to make it an example also na ako gagawin ko to dahil kasalanan mo. So, umayos ka na on the next few days. Please,
Mm.
Lord. Please,
So,
Lord, umayos ka.
Accountability. It's
uh,
accountability eh. Then mahihiya
Yeah.
yung tao na parang like, gosh, I really have to shape up. If not,
Yeah.
diba? Dadamay ko pa yung mga friends ko inside. So,
Yeah.
wow,
So,
Karen!
I did it
Lead
for
by
that also.
example.
Karen, being mayora, ano yung common na nagiging problems? And also,
Yes.
what are the perks if you're a mayora?
Mm-mm.
Perks? What perks? Honestly, I was like telling the jail officers nga, alam mo dapat ang coordinator may bayad. It's so difficult. Like, you carry the weight of every single person's like problem. Kahit napakababaw yan, problema niya. Kasi if that person explodes, at say hindi siya mapagbigyan now, and then, I've seen people explode. Like they're gonna start throwing stuff, they're gonna make all these problems, and then we're all gonna get punished. So I don't want to get to that point when someone cannot take it anymore. So I do my best to alleviate whatever their problems is. So, paano ko magiging happy tong taong to? Anong magagawa ko para maging okay siya? So, pagbibigyan ko lahat yan. Pero kapag pagbibigyan ko siya, I need to do something, like to get in certain things. Like, kunyari, basta anything na pwede kong pagaan yung mga buhay nila, kailangan ko gawin. And it's not easy because everyone has different needs. Everyone has different personalities. Like, as small as bed space. Oh my gosh, sobrang daming away sa bed space. Kasi it's super tiny, right? Kunyari, okay, sabi ko, guys, what if we start measuring yung bed nyo? Tapos, para equal tayo lahat, syempre, hindi kayo mag-go over, diba? I mean, iba, wala talagang pakialam. They would, kahit yung malit lang na space na may line na nga, they'll go a little bit over. And to me, me, it's not a big deal. I mean, diba? It's just a little line. I mean, if you go a little over, hopefully friends kayo na magkatabi nyo, okay lang. Pero hindi, yung iba talaga, nasa line, nasa beyond line ka na, ganyan, yan. They really make a big deal out of the smallest things. And I have to be in the middle of the most walang kwentang fights or else they're gonna go crazy. You know what I mean?
Well,
Wow.
it's so deep when it comes to the line because it's their personal space. Yun na
Yeah,
lang ang
Yeah.
pinanghahawakan nila eh.
yeah,
Tapos kukunin
exactly.
mo pa. Is
It's
that
their
kind of
address. You know what I mean? So,
Grabe, it's their
yeah.
personal space na kasi and you guys are cooped up in there. So, syempre medyo sensitive sila. Karen, what's the longest you've heard na someone's been in there for?
there's a girl there
Is
who
she still
actually,
there?
oh yeah, she's still there. She's been there for 8 years. And honestly, like 5 years, 8 years, those are sentences already. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I mean,
Yeah.
I was detained, but parang alam mo yun, yung parang nahatulan ka na vibes. Kasi 4 years pa nga lang is already a sentence. 6 months is already a sentence. So, 5 years, imagine mo. Plus, her naman, 8 years. And the sad part of it is because the judge keeps, getting replaced.
Mhm.
Someone doesn't show up. That's how it is always with her case. So, buti na lang, like, when I started posting, there are people telling me, we want to help you out. So, I had lawyers, I
Mhm.
connected with them, and I said, okay, I have these friends that have been there for the longest time, and I want you to get them out. So they're doing it pro
Mm-hmm.
bono. I really hope it pushes through because, you
Mhm.
know, a lot of people inside, they don't have the money to spend for a private lawyer. But if there are lawyers out there that are willing to help, I am open. Like, come on, guys, let's make it
Mhm.
happen. I really cannot watch people stay inside just because of delays or
Mhm.
inefficient funds. Talagang sayang ang buhay, especially ang daming talented doon. Grabe.
So
Tsaka,
is this something that you see being your advocacy now? That trying to get these guys some lawyers that's willing to do it for pro bono and also helping those that are inside.
yeah, definitely. Like, I've experienced firsthand what happens inside na pwede namang ma-prevent if only they had certain, resources.
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm.
for me, sharing my story, I know there's going to be a lot of good hearts there that would want to help out.
Mhm.
And although I don't want to do politics, I don't want to do any like courtroom stuff, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to share my story. Someone's going to make things move, and
Mhm.
we're going to be able to make it faster for the people inside
Mhm.
so that
Mm.
they can finally go home to their families.
And
So, yeah,
speaking
that's a goal.
of being inside, a lot of people have been asking, did you get any tattoos? Because usually you'll get a
Yeah.
tattoo when you're in there. Did you get any?
That's a cardinal rule. We cannot have
Uh,
tattoos. No, no, no.
uh,
That's not allowed. But in the male dorm, alam ko kasi, male dorms, they would do stuff like that. But female dorm, we're so close-knit. We see what we do. And there's a lot of us like making bantay each other. So no,
mhm.
no tattoos.
Oh. Okay. Okay. So there's no Orange is the New Black, Prison Ink,
No.
Ruby Rose type of
And I don't,
thing. So,
and I don't go for tattoos either. Even if, there was a possibility, I would not. Not
Mhm.
me. No, no,
Get a
no.
butterfly.
aw. Okay. Noted. Noted with regard. Karen,
Mhm.
Yeah.
fitness routine in jail. How does that work? Like, because so many people are like, girl, it's been 5 years. You were in jail and you
You're
maintained your
still in
body.
shape.
How
Yeah.
did you do it? What was the fitness routine like?
FYI, I wasn't like this the whole time. I got so fat, like so like yung fat na talagang sumasabog na. Like my mom would argue with me na Karen, taba mo na talaga. Like alam ko you're so, you're in terms of fitness or looks, talagang you really are very critical with yourself and you're not seeing yourself at all. And I'm like,
Mhm.
well, there's no mirror. I really couldn't see what she was looking at or anyone was looking at. So, na-notice ko lang when my clothes were popping out, nagkakabutas na yung pants ko na before sobrang luwag, ngayon it's
Mhm.
sobrang sikip na. And then my skin was like getting really, really bad already.
Mhm.
And then, so I had to wake up. Like my muscles were starting to get parang nagde-deteriorate na talaga.
Mhm.
Like and
Mhm.
The atrophy. Yeah.
yung knees ko starting to hurt and I'm like Lola Bells type. Yung likod ko
Mm,
started to sumasakit na rin yung likod ko. And then my bed, my super
mm,
tiny bed, it's become more tinier every minute. And I'm like,
mm.
okay, definitely something is changing. It is not the bed, it's me.
Oh
so
my gosh.
so then I started doing Zumba every day, but still it wasn't enough.
Mm,
But at least I could like dance snacks. Rico, like he loved making me dance, but I would say no. So I
mhm,
started pushing myself to dance, and then but still I was still chubby. So then I woke up one day and I'm like, I need to super work out. You know how those people in movies, sa jail,
mhm,
talaga they get super muscled up. How do they do
mhm,
that? Inisip ko. Kasi they have their own cell. They're alone. Eh, me,
mhm,
I'm stuck with like 80 people, 50 people. How am I gonna do that? So then, I just told myself, bahala na yung space, bahala na yung mga tao dyan, I'll focus on working out. So I did.
mhm,
I got off my deck, went down, and started doing routines. Like I would run. I would run around the
mhm,
cell. Kahit sobrang sikip, I would run. Kung hindi possible, then I would run in place
mhm,
for like an hour, 40
mhm,
minutes, ganyan. And then I would do jumping jacks, like 300. I would do squats,
mhm,
300 also squats, and then I would do like sit-ups,
mhm,
basta like a 3 hour routine every day, 3 hours. Serious.
mhm,
Tapos like
Dang.
sweating talaga. And then I drank so much water. I noticed when I drank so much water, I started to look really young and my skin
mhm,
got so nice. And then I just noticed, oh, my clothes are getting really luwag. I like this. And
mhm,
then uh, nung 2021, this year, without knowing na this, I mean, I was like telling myself, this is my year, this is my year, this is my year.
mhm,
But I didn't know. I told myself, okay, I want to get back into work. I want to get hired again. I want to, let people know you won't rot in jail. So
mhm,
I focused on really, really working on the physical.
mhm,
So I started placing makeup again. I started
mhm,
brushing my hair because I got so tamad na to do that. And then I made paalam to go sa fourth floor,
mhm,
5 a.m. workouts. Like people are asleep, but I'm working out. Like I'm
mhm,
making sure I work out. And then the jail officer told me, wait, Karen, you know what? It's nice to look at the sunrise when you're, you know, in the morning. So workouts sa
mhm,
taas. So
mhm,
so every duty kasi you have to make paalam. So I started making paalam every single day to do that. I had this big of water. I drink so much. Tapos talagang I'd finish the entire routine. And then I'd be like, oh my gosh, wow, I can do this every single day. Because I notice I'm
mhm,
getting abs na, you know. I'm getting so strong. I can run up and down the stairs for so many times. Like I'm
mhm,
strong. And not only that, the discipline of being able to do it daily was like something na got ingrained in my head. So it was a good practice. So
mhm.
sabi ko,
Grabe,
once,
Karen.
yeah. So
Speaking of
people, yeah, I really did it every single day, try to elevate myself.
So,
Yeah.
here, Karen, on the show, we do have all-out questions and we ask just the random questions. Ito, marami nagtatanong, might as well ask it. So, break na kayo.
Matagal na. Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Okay.
Ayun.
Matagal na,
Next.
matagal na. Okay.
Nakakainis, Rico, hindi mo siya Zoom. 'Di ba?
Okay.
Dude,
Again.
one more time.
Matagal na. Okay, all right. Moving along. Okay. Okay na? Okay na.
Okay na.
Okay
Okay
na,
na.
okay na.
Satisfied
Oh,
Wala
na.
next
na with the-
question. I'm
Okay.
curious. Oh, Teacher K, I have a question.
Yes,
Oh,
do that.
first food that you ate to celebrate. Like when you got home, this is what you wanted, this is what you ate, kahit sobrang fit and healthy ka na, that was the dish or the food that you needed to have. What was it?
Honestly, like Carla, I'm not the type who would demand like parties, celebrations. I'm not the
Yeah.
type. Like I didn't even demand na once I get home, dapat ganito. Wala, hindi ganon. Like I just appreciate what they would share or like what my family would bring. So when I got home, my dad is there, my mom, and they had Korean food. Like
Yum.
Jap J! Ayun, Jap J. And I had like spoon and forks na silverware. Alam mo yun? After using plastic the whole time. And then a plate na pwedeng mabasag. I'm like, woohoo! Mabasagin na plate. Love it. And I had like, chopsticks. Bawal kasi yun inside. So I'm like, oh, I'm using chopsticks and I'm eating Korean food. So I'm like, I was just eating it and I'm like, I'm so happy to be here. And the walls, like the ceiling so high. So from Panibago, I was just so grateful. I would never demand what food I'm gonna eat. Nothing like that. I was just happy,
Oh.
super happy.
And how was your first night out? When you got out, how was your first night being at home? How did you spend
Mm-mm.
it with your mom and dad? And what were you guys talking about on your first day out?
First night out? You mean
Or
first
first
night
night out?
in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first night out, when I got to my house, to my home, I got sprayed so much alcohol. I'm like, I'm not germs. Bakit parang surround sound ata yung I'm like,
Mm,
geez, guys, I'm not that dirty. But so parang they were trying to let me understand that there's a virus full,
mm,
new environment. I have to be careful. And parang naparamdam sa akin na I'm not gonna be out anytime soon. I'm not gonna be
mm,
like, hi everyone! I'm not gonna be seeing my best friends, gonna hug them. It's not gonna be like that. So I was quarantined in my room. I don't know,
mm,
in the parang a recreation area. Ito daw yung
mm,
quarantine area sa akin. So, quarantine ako? Malalock up na naman ako. Pero it means I was supposed to be isolated for
mm,
2 weeks.
mm,
But then, because they love me so much and needed to spend time with me, even if they locked me up in a room, it had no locks. I'm like, guys, yay, let's
mm,
spend time together. Sabi, Karen, hindi ka na naman nagkakita. Sige na, hindi na nga tayo nagkikita eh. Ngayon na nga lang eh. So that didn't work out, the quarantine part. But we had masks, so it
mm,
was all right. And I was taking a lot of vitamins, ganon. So
mm,
in terms of the night na I was laying in the couch, not bed, couch.
mm,
I was looking around. I'm like, I can't believe this. I'm actually home. It took a while before I started believing that I'm actually home. Like, it
mm,
took a long time. Parang I would wake up and be like, okay, 6 a.m. prayer. No, oh my gosh, it's not that. It's actually home and nobody's beside me. Nobody's going to ask me anything.
mm,
Nobody's going to tell me what to do. I can do whatever I want to do. Like,
mm,
I was so happy. Because I would pray. I would always pray in the morning when I wake up. Parang I would never forget to pray and say thank you
mm.
and to be guided for whatever decisions I do within the day and the next mornings I'm gonna have. So that's how it is outside. Now,
Karen, it's nice to hear it and it's nice to see it. I mean, is there anything though that maybe you picked up from jail that you still can't shake off right now? Like, let's say if you guys are eating, are you like, don't eat my food? Or like, if you're all on the couch and then your mom goes a little too close, that's my space. Like, is there anything that you still kind of
oh,
have from jail that you're still practicing now unintentionally?
Mm,
like, kasi I got so used to it, right?
Yeah.
Uh, what ba? Maybe gosh, I can't think of like a routine that I do every single day and I still do here.
mm.
Well, I started calling my mom the warden. It's
Benta.
warden, no, the warden. And I started calling my the head of the house, the mayora, and they
Mm,
really fulfill their jobs. So I think they're stricter actually. They're
mm,
like, grabe mas bantay sa akin. Uh, but aside from that, I knew what I was and what I'm gonna be. So it's not parang whatever habits I had inside, I still kept
mm,
it here. Kasi they were good
Mm.
habits. Like it's not bad thing. I learned so much good things na
mm,
I'm I really made sure now once I learned it, okay, Karen, you're gonna keep this one because this is good for the outside. Like I would really write it down. Ano
Mhm.
yung mga magagandang na keep ko na habit. Sabi ko, okay, I'm gonna practice this out here and I'm gonna make sure hindi ako magbabago kasi maganda
Mhm.
yun eh. So, yun.
Mm.
Karen, you did mention as well on your blog that you read over 300 books. You made sure you
Probably
read a
even
lot of
a
books.
lot of more. Ay, a
Wh-
lot pa,
wh-
a lot pa.
What is your top three recommendation that people should read?
I got so obsessed with John Grisham. Do you read
Mm,
John Grisham books? Well, he talks a lot about like kasi parang yung characters niya, lawyer, and then he does
Mm-hmm.
all these amazing cases. And then for me, being in jail, like I always thought, oh my gosh, I would want someone like that who would do everything like a superhero lawyer that would do everything to get you out. You know what I mean? Or like yung mga ways nila to get evidence, ways. But it's so interesting lang. Like I want to be like that if I was gonna save people and get
mm,
them out of jail. So John Grisham books plus yes.
mm,
I read a lot of self help books also. My gosh, now you're asking me. I forgot.
mm,
Oh my gosh, I fell in love with Harry Potter. I'm sorry, I only started
mm.
reading it inside jail. But
It's okay. You're forgiven.
yeah, the Harry Potter books, I'm like, I can't believe I did not love this outside. Like, I'm so in love with Harry Potter. Like, getting in there, in his world, pilang feeling ko, I was part of it also. So, ayan. And then all the, kasi mga trilogies, kaya
Mm.
dumami yung books eh. And then, Paulo Coelho books. My
Mm.
gosh. Love the
Wow.
philosophy of
We
life.
stand we stand a bookworm. We stand a woman who's into her literature. Karen,
Right.
I've got a question. I mean,
Okay, go.
5 years is a really long time, honestly. So when you step out into the world, there are a lot of changes, right? You said earlier, oh my gosh, wala ng torrents. What? Like, what is this?
Mm.
Music wise, what
Yeah.
shocked you when you started listening to the radio or like, different music, different artists? What were you like, oh my gosh, wow, this is a thing now? Like, talk us through the musical journey aspect.
Okay. Well, it's so funny kasi when I try to play songs, they're like, Ate Karen, parang ang luma na yan. Oh, wait.
Mhm.
Luma na talaga. Okay, I'm from the 2016 era, okay? Huwag niyo
Mhm.
ako magsabihin ng ganyan. Siyempre, madaming mga kakapasok lang 2020, so they're really updated. And I'm like, eventually, I started keeping quiet and started listening to the music they listen to. At first, I was
Mhm.
like hesitant. No! Kasi mga Tagalog rap. Yun yung
Mhm.
mga
Uh-huh.
underground. Yun yung mga
Mhm.
pinapakinggan nila doon. And I was like,
XD.
so, yeah, yung mga gano'n, Kastaki, whatever. And then when I would listen, I'd be like, oh, no, guys, don't play that. Not allowed. Siyempre, ako yung leader, diba? No. Eventually, for some reason, kumakanta na rin ako.
Mhm.
Sumasabay na ako. And then, all the ladies, kasi may mga
Mhm.
professionals doon, yung mga, and then may mga non-professional. Mga professionals, they're like, Karen, what's happening to you? And I'm like, guys, it's actually nice. Let's join in na lang, diba? I mean, at least we're like friends with everyone.
Can you sing a
So,
sample? Can you sing a sample of the song?
swear? Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Go.
Naiya ako.
Let's go. Let's go.
Go. Malayo ka man, mahalagi mo danaan. Di magbabagong pag-ibig ko sa'yo lamang. Tiwala ka lang. Gawin dagat ba ng pagitan? Nating dalawa. La. Whatever. Naiyan ako.
Hey, the
For those
artist of
tuning
that
in
song.
on air,
You know
that's a
that
Monster
song?
exclusive. I took
Yeah.
out the background music as well. So to everybody
OMG.
listening on radio, you're welcome. Karen, oh my gosh, I love this energy. This is what we need to see, honestly. So thank you, my gosh.
You
I'm
Thank
so
know,
happy right
you.
now.
Karen,
Thank you.
you've gone through so much, and I know there's plenty of more to unfold for you. Now, what kept you going?
Yeah.
From what kept you motivated? It's it's not easy staying positive 24/7, 365 days, and you times that by 5. You know what I mean? So what kept you going?
You know, Rico, I've always been a dreamer. Like, I've always been the type to push my friends to be positive. Like, alam mo yan, like every time you're going through something or I want you to elevate, I'd be like, oh, Rico, you could do this, you could do that. So I've always been the type to do that for others. So like, why shouldn't I do that for myself? And then I always know that there's so much more in store for me. Like, this is just temporary. I keep telling myself, this is temporary. I just don't know how long this temporary state will be. Pero if I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna make sure na it's gonna be a colorful temporary moment for me. Kaya
Mm.
inisip ko din, kasi when I was outside, it was chaotic. You know how it is in our business. We have so much events, we have so much things going on. Sabi ko, God gave me the time to really focus on me. You know, being in our industry, I'm part na pala, no? I'm just
You've
getting back. But
you've
anyway,
always been. You've always
Yeah.
been, Karen.
thank you. But, being like, yeah, you guys, you have to be creative all the time. You have to be authentic. You have to be real. But when you're in that zone already, when you've already peaked, when you've already reached it, you kind of forget that part na you're supposed to continuously be authentic and creative. So, at the latter part of like August 2016, parang nararamdaman ko na I'm losing that fire. Like I'm losing that, that heart.
Mm-hmm.
I need time to actually contemplate of what I need to give to the world. So inside, I did that the entire time. I became creative. I became like I had missions in my head of what I wanted to do. Like I really put together everything, like my goals, you know what I mean? Like that was the creative moment. 5 years, like I put it there. Ito yung allotted time ni Lord sa akin mag-isip, gumawa ng mga ideas, put together my dreams, make that dream board in order for me to finally do it when I'm out. So now all I'm doing is actually following the plan. So there.
Executing what you
Yeah.
thought out while you were
Yeah,
inside.
so I'm not
Now,
thinking. I mean, I'm thinking, but it's already planned out in my,
mm.
in the 5 years that I was inside. So
And
there.
Karen, it's self-discovery and everything, but you did mention that your mom and your dad were always there to visit
Yeah,
you. Now,
all
what are
the
the
time.
things that they taught you while you were there? Ano yung
Mm-hmm.
mga lessons na shinare nila sa'yo, and what are the things that you come to learn with each other?
My mom was always about being closer to God. So she brought in a lot of priests, nuns, and she always made me feel na uh, we have to be closer this time around. Kasi
Mm,
before, I was so independent na I did my own decisions, but having her visit me every single time. Like, I even had to tell her, Mom, you don't have to visit na today. Alam ko nakakapagod. You should
mm,
focus on your social life. Hindi talaga, she really gave 100% to me. So parang that unconditional love na nakita ko, I need to like return that. But not just to
mm,
her, but to others as well. Like that dedication was such a big deal na I know I owe it, again, not to just
mm,
her, but to my environment. Like that's how you should treat people with so much
mm,
love. So she really taught me what unconditional love is. And yeah, super being close to God, being healthy,
mm,
OMG, in terms of organic food. We had black rice. She would bring black rice to me. Oh, and then
mm,
people would be like, ew, what's that? They don't know it's super healthy. She brought me all these organic like vitamins,
mm,
holistic transformation talaga.
mm,
And we had a lot of talks, my dad as well. So
mm,
having a close knit family was number one because they really showed me na as parents, that's what they should do to their kid, to always
mm,
be there.
mm,
Mm.
So, and with that, when people saw na my parents were so dedicated, they would tell me, Karen, sana ganyan din yung may bibigay ko sa mga anak ko pag
mm,
umuwi ako. And I think that's amazing.
Mhm.
just being like that. Wala. Yan. I learned a lot.
Mhm.
Sobrang a lot.
Mhm. And
Nakakaiyak.
you have any
Minsan.
message for your mom and dad? I know your mom is probably watching right now.
She's probably watching. She like
Mhm.
watches everything. Hi, mom. She's like downstairs.
Mhm.
She knows I super love her. I love you, mom. You know, no one like you're the best to me. And I keep
Mhm.
telling you I'm going to return things 7 times 7. Pero sobrang laki na ng utang ko sa'yo in terms of like time, money, OMG. Like, I really owe her so much that this time around, I hope to make you proud. Like I
Mhm.
told you, everything's gonna be okay. And I'm a good girl naman. You're not gonna have any more headaches from the experience before. It's not gonna be that way anymore. Like life is gonna be amazing. And God is on our side. The angels are, everyone's answering our prayers. This is the time to be super happy. And I hope that I can make you happy, mom and dad, and the whole family. And yeah, it's gonna be happy forever. So there.
Oh, eto,
Oh.
may question. Si Sir
Yeah.
Rafi B. Ah,
Hi, Sir Rafi!
magkakaroon ba ng MMK episode yung story mo? Kasi nakita niya may bulaklak ka daw galing sa ABS.
Ang sweet, diba? Ang sweet. Di ko talaga expected yon. Ay, basta malalaman nyo na lang, update na lang ko kayong lahat. Hello, by the way, to every... Can I greet? My gosh,
Go
you're so
ahead, go
many
ahead, go
people
ahead.
Go.
pala posting. Okay lang?
Yeah,
Okay.
go
Yeah.
ahead.
Hi to Carlo Tors, or all the board adorables, they're alive again. Yay! Hello. Hi to Ken Ken. Hi to Belle, Dimpy, Jasmine. Oh, got your... And, oh my gosh, this chat is so cool. Hi to Kurt Evan. There's like a top fan now. Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Hi to Judeline Pascual, Dandy, Dan Sorcedo. Wait lang. I took photos of people I need to say hi to.
Mhm.
Also, Raymond Katuran and Arsenic Diacajo, the nephew
Mhm.
of my friend. Yeah, so Raymond Kutaran, there you go.
Mhm.
Hello. Hi to Clyde. Hi to everyone.
Now,
Yee!
Karen, now that you're out and you're
Yeah.
pretty much, you could do whatever you like. What's your future plans? I'm sure many of your fans, many of your friends would want to know what's your future plan.
My future plans.
Mhm.
It's all in my my master plan. Firstly, I really wanted to focus on the vlogs. I really wanted to tell my stories, and there's so much. Like what you guys saw is not even like it's
Mhm.
zero. That's like 1%. So I'll continue my storytelling. Actually, what I wanted was more of the beginning, like how I start again. But then a lot of people are asking also of the inside, like what happened inside, etc. So yun. It's gonna be a lot of storytelling on YouTube, and I'm gonna get
Mhm.
back into social media, my blog, ganon.
Mhm.
A lot of people are offering different things, but I don't want to be distracted like before. Parang you're everywhere. I don't want to be everywhere. I
Mhm.
just want to
Mm-hmm.
be able to focus on the right decision. So, pinagpe-pray ko talaga siya. Lahat ng mga nag-o-offer sa akin, pinagpe-pray ko. Tsaka
Mhm.
I consult, people that will be affected with my decisions, like my family, ganyan. I ask them, oh, is this something okay with you? Is something you like, ganyan.
Mhm.
So I really ensure na my decisions are also with them.
Mhm.
So you're probably wondering, what are you gonna do? Ganyan, ganyan, yan. Just watch na lang my YouTube, please.
Ah.
And
So,
follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok,
oh,
ganyan.
ito na yung part na ipa-plug mo yon. Sige, ano yung
Yay!
socials mo?
Go.
What are
Sabi
the
ni
official
Rico,
ones?
yeah, sabi ni Rico, nagtitrend ako sa TikTok. Eh, may gulay, nagtitrend niya ako, wala naman akong followers. Pwede ba yun? Pwede ba yun? So here, guys, can you guys follow me here?
Hmm.
There. At
Okay.
see, look how
We
sad
can't we
that
can't
is.
we can't see it. You
You,
have to read it.
oh, okay. You can't see it
And
now,
zoom
Ken?
her, Rico.
Oh yeah,
Rico,
Yeah.
zoom her.
there you
Look how
go.
sad how many those are. I'm trending, yet I only have that. Guys, help me out. At Karen Bordador is TikTok, and the rest it's like Instagram, Twitter. It's at Karen underscore Bordador, and on Facebook it's Karen Bordador official.
Mhm.
Pero on YouTube it's just Karen Bordador. So there. I hope you guys follow. I'd really love to see you. And nakakatuwa na talaga yung ano ko eh, yung TikTok. Can you believe I'm trending yet this is my following? Ah!
Okay lang yan, girl. I mean, you've always been impactful to everybody. Speaking of impactful, Karen,
Yeah.
it seems so small compared to what you've been through, but this pandemic has really, taxed on us mentally. Like, it's really been super taxing, and a lot of people are having a hard time with the lockdown,
Yeah.
MECQ, ECQ, can't go here, can't see this, can't do that. You're coming from a place where you were literally locked up for 5 years. What advice or message do you have for those that aren't necessarily dealing with this lockdown very well, or they're struggling, or they just need, advice from someone who has been through the ringer in terms of being locked up, right? Like, what advice or tips can you give everybody now that's stuck at home or who can't see their friends and family or who just feels so down?
It's funny, you guys are feeling so down considering you have all the ways to connect. Like connection now is just one click away. And I can't believe many people are taking that for granted. Inside, I was super hungry to converse, like to even get to have one hello with loved ones. And luckily, we had the idalaw. It was once a day kasi I was a
Mm.
leader, so it was once a day. Pero for a normal prisoner who has no priorities, no jobs, mga once, ay, twice a week, mahirap talaga. Pero outside, you guys have all the possibilities of making yourself happy.
Mhm.
Like you have, just I don't know, just playing with your pet, that makes you happy. Like you gotta do everything that it takes for you to get back on track. Like it has to start with you. The world
Mhm.
will not change. The world, if God says there should be virus for a while, if we all need to learn, that will happen. Pero that will not change. Just because the world is like this does not mean you have to be like this also. Like take it upon yourself to find ways to become a better person in a situation of a crisis,
Mhm.
take it as a challenge na parang hindi ka bababa, hindi ka babagsak dahil sa sitwasyon na bumabagsak ng lahat. Make a difference na ikaw yung aahon, at the same time you're gonna carry a lot of people with you.
Mhm.
And I hope people out there would realize, oh my gosh, get out of that box of yours, that little darkness, because the sun is up and it's free and you get to watch it normally. And because you normally see it, you don't appreciate it. So
Mhm.
start appreciating every single person out there, every single highs and hellos, every smile that you see. Get inspired, make everything a reason for you to live another day and to make something of yourself.
Mhm.
Like, don't allow yourself to just be like this. No, there's so much opportunities and possibilities na you're outside, you're free. Hindi ganito lang ang buhay.
Mhm.
Start exploding,
Mhm.
it's time for you to shine.
Mhm.
So there's so much ways talaga to be better and happier.
See how it's a breath of fresh air. And thank you,
Karen,
Karen,
I
for
can't even begin to express just how beautiful what you just said, like how
Oh,
beautiful that was, especially the part na don't take for granted you have so many ways to connect and
yeah,
be close to people, because we forget that. And when you said na just because those things are happening outside doesn't mean you have to be like that, Karen,
yeah.
stop. Okay, here are my plans for you. Your
Oh,
MMK episode,
oh,
you have to
ano,
write a
ano naman?
book, you have to
Mhm.
record the book, you have to have a
Oh,
podcast. You have to guest again. Girl, this is
ang
what we
dami
need to
ah.
see. This is a redemption story. This is a rebirth story. And thank you for spending your time with us and sharing
Mhm.
your story for the first time on air,
Yeah,
online. Like, I
ever.
mean, thank you for making the monster part of this milestone because,
Mhm.
Karen, it's so wonderful talaga to see you thriving, not surviving, thriving and just elevating everything in your life. Congratulations.
Mhm.
Because you really
Oh,
deserve it, girl. Like, honestly.
thank
Wow.
And Karen, in behalf of like all the listeners and the monsters, thank you for being such a great inspiration.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people could make a comeback out of this really awful situation. I think she ran out of battery, and
Oh
she will be back.
no.
Yeah,
She'll
she
be
will be
back in
back.
just a
She will
bit.
be back. Yeah, and for those that are watching us, we have Karen Bordador. This is the way we do our anniversary month. And there you go, you're back.
Sorry,
That's
sorry.
okay.
Okay.
But message, I guess, as your friend.
Wait. Before anything else, I want to let
Uh,
people know Rico actually visited me. Okay. Like, Rico's a really good friend. And not only that, he bugged my mom. Like, can I come over? Can I come over? I mean, he was really persistent. But it's just
every
that I
week.
was, yeah, like, I didn't want people to see me super fat or like, basta, he, he came. Kasi ito, critical yan si Rico. He's gonna be like, "Ah, ah, ah." So, he came. Like, he came over like twice back. Thrice. Basta he visited talaga, brought me foods. I want to say thank you, Rico. You're such a great friend. Like, if ever you guys go to prison, Rico can visit
Oh my
you.
God. dami nag-message sa akin mga kakosa ngayon eh, no? Hey
Pagkakosa!
bro. Hey
And then
bro.
also, I want to say thank you to RX93.1. You guys defended me. I really love you. And also, you gave me a scrapbook talagang to make me feel na I'm still part of the family. Even Sir Rafi's like, it's not like you were not, not a part, you're still a part of RX. So I'm always going to be loyal to you guys forever and ever. That's why, sabi ko kay Rico, you're going to be the first. Diba? So I really want to share everything with you guys. Thank you.
Oh,
Salamat
thanks,
sa
Karen.
Karen,
Can we
salamat sa exclusive ah.
can we have Jessie's comment? The reason why Rico visited her. Mayor kasi si Rico sa male dorm.
You can
Hindi
get
na
along
lang
with
alam.
everyone. With everyone.
Kumapit bahay lang eh, no? And it's like, wag kang
Yeah.
iiyak, Brad. But
Oh.
it's something that we go a long way as I'm lost for words, Carla. I don't know how to
Kanina ka pa eh. Kasi
to
kilig
send
ka.
a
Kasi
message to her.
for once may nag-highlight sa'yo. Kaya
Oh, wait,
Ano
kilig
wait.
eh.
ka.
Okay, can I just say hi to my criminology graduates? Ito yung mga
Mm.
nakalaya na. I won't
Wow.
call them one by one because their names are gonna be out. But I call them the criminology graduates. So, hi guys! Okay, fine. Grain and Mitch. I won't say naman the last name. Pero for everyone na nakalaya na, yay! I hope you guys have a great life outside. So, yay!
Aw,
All right.
Karen,
Well,
thank you. I'm so
hi.
happy.
Hey, so
Ay,
we're
nako.
always, we're always just here, anytime,
I'm
anywhere, 24/7. Just feel free. We got your back always. Like that, like day one. That's what it is. So,
Thank
so yeah.
We
you.
love
Miss
you,
you
Karen.
guys.
Yeah.
Love you
All
guys
right.
also.
Dami nagtatanong,
Whee!
oh. Mag-a-apply ka ba? Pabalik. Dami nagtatanong.
Love
The return of the
the
comeback.
comeback.
Yeah.
Ah,
Take care, Karen. And, next time, hopefully you're promoting an album, promoting a book, when you have you guesting on the show, promoting a movie or something. All right. You take care and stay
Thank
blessed.
you.
All right.
Thank you,
bye,
guys.
All right.
Karen.
Bye.
Love
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Ay, whoops.
Oh.
Baliktad. There you go. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Ah, okay.
Oh, that's
So
so cute. Oh, I
that's the
love
way
her.
we.
Monsters.
That's the
Okay,
way
go.
we wrap up our anniversary month, to bring back somebody that you guys truly, truly miss. We tried to do this actually a couple of years ago, but she didn't want to be on the yellow shirt, as she did mention. So yeah, it's just that moment, man. I mean, just to see it
Rico,
inside.
Rico's trying to get his words out. But on behalf
Nanginginig
of
ako,
the
nanginginig
monster,
ako, sobra.
finally
Yeah,
for once, speechless, si Rico Robles.
yeah.
Karen, thank you for spending time with us. To all of the monsters who have been watching from the start, who have been listening on air since the start of this interview, thank you for being excited to see Karen and hear her story. Thank you for showing her love. Thank you for showing love and support to the monster. Just thank you for being you. This was a fantastic way to wrap up our anniversary month, a story of rebirth, a story of redemption, a story that will hopefully inspire you monsters to know that this is not the end. There
Mhm.
is so much more in store for you. And no matter where you are in life, you can always change, grow, and bloom to be somebody better. I hope that's what you pick up from this. I hope you guys are excited. The future is bright for Miss Karen Bordador. I think we can all agree. And I hope you
Mhm.
monsters enjoy. So, Rico, do you want to say anything else?
I mean, if Karen could bounce back from what she has gone through, you can too, regardless of
Mm-hmm.
what you are facing. All you got to do is make that right decision. Every morning, you wake up at 6, at 7. It's another opportunity to approach life in a different way. And Karen, thank you very much for such an inspiring story and for all the monsters. Thank you for welcoming her. You know, it's a starting point for her, and she
Mm-hmm.
needs every single ounce of positivity to get her going in that momentum. So thank you guys. Thank you very much for YouTube, for Twitch, and for Facebook and on air. For now, she is Carla Aguas.
And he's Rico Robles live. But on air, we could.
Monster exclusive interview.